I am trying a new setup, so if this is bad, I'm sorry. I hope you can't hear the fan going. I tried not having a fan the last time, but it didn't work out. Wait, hold on. Let me do my intro first. Hello, welcome. Make yourself at home. Thank you for accepting my invitation to Big Girl Brunch with Bern, where we talk about big girl things over Big Girl Brunch. For today's brunch, we're discussing 22 celebrations of 2022. For me personally, it's not about the world. It's about me because this is my podcast and that's fine. Anyway, hi everyone. I know. I've been gone for so long again and my hair is orange. Also, Happy New Year everyone. It's 2023. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the calendar on my background. I have a new calendar from Pascomiket. Thank you to Project Lemons for that. Anyway, as you can see, my setup is new. It's not really, this is just my regular desk, but I'm holding my mic, which is kind of tiring, but it makes me feel like a host. Also, yeah, I'm just sitting here on my desk instead of my bed because it's really hard on my bed when I was sitting there. It was too bouncy for the podcast. Anyway, so today we're going to be discussing 22 celebrations from 2022 or 22 celebrations of 2022. This is about my life. If you don't want to learn about my life, then don't watch this or listen to this. Let's get into it. I just want to do it to kind of be grateful for the past year. I know it's been shitty for the world, but I also want to take time to to celebrate myself and the accomplishments that I achieved last year because we need that. We need that to be able to survive. Not accomplishments, just celebrating the things in our life. Anyway, so let's do the 2022 recap, which is basically celebrations of 2022. First up, we have limited face to face before graduation. During my last semester in college, Ateneo announced that they were going to have limited face to face classes for seniors. And I was so excited because, hello, I'm a senior. And apparently, it's not automatic, obviously, because some people are in their hometown. So it's just an option if you enlist and you want a flex class, which is basically the limited face to face one. You will have to pick it during enlistment. And not everyone who wanted to attend face to face classes were able to get a flex class, but I was lucky enough to get one. Um, and honestly, I went there only 4 times, maybe, for the entire sem. That's actually not very face to face of them, but it was still really nice. My first session, I felt really scared of going back on campus. And I couldn't even remember some of the pathways anymore to go to the building. I wasn't sure if I was in the right building. Second is finishing my thesis. I know that before graduation, you're gonna finish your thesis. That's a given. But I still want to celebrate me surviving my thesis and me being able to submit something that I'm actually proud of because let me tell you that not all people who finish their thesis are proud of it by the end. And that's okay because we change a lot. And like during a research, your feelings will change a lot, especially when it's like a whole, like an entire year of doing it. Probably your feelings about your subject or the way it's going will change by the end of the thesis. But for me, yes, writing it was dreadful and revising it was dreadful, but the output I'm really really proud of. I'm looking to revise that again this year, and maybe uh, have it staged or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where the wind takes me. Third is a small thing, which is Waying's lemon chicken. For the first time last year, I ate at Waying. I I don't go out a lot and I am not originally from Manila, so I don't know most of the things here. And apparently, Kuya knew Waying and We had that for my mom's birthday, and I ate their lemon chicken, and I still think about it every day. I really, really loved it. I also love their custard pao, which is basically a salted egg pao. And it's really yummy. It's like it melts when you open it, and it looks yellow inside. It's good. Anyway, Wine from lemon chicken from Wine, 10 over 10. I wish I can go there again this year. That's such a simple thing to wish for, but it's kind of far. It's in Binondo, and I'm not near that place. Fourth is turning 23. Can you believe it? I am 23 years old. I am a teenage girl, 23 years old. That's a reference to a TikTok audio. If you don't go on TikTok. But I did turn 23 this year. I still get a lot of comments on TikTok when I mention my age. They're like, "What do you mean you're 23?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 23." I don't think I look 16, but for some reason, people on TikTok think I'm 16 or 17. I am not. I'm in my 20s. I am almost in my mid 20s actually. But 23 sounds like a big girl age. And that's fine. Honestly, I have found peace in that. I am gonna keep getting old, and it's fine. I love being 20. I love being 23. It's fun here. Even if it's terrifying for 16-year-old me to think about that, I'm glad that I can find joy in being 23 now. That I'm actually 23. Fifth is obviously probably the biggest celebration of the year is I graduated college. And not only did I graduate college, I graduated face to face. Which I know is like, hello, burn, that's bare minimum. But the education system of the Philippines has been in the drain. Well, pre-pandemic, it was in the drain. But when the pandemic hit, it was really, really bad, and they didn't want to give us face-to-face classes. That's why we had the limited face-to-face class during the last semester of our college life, but it wasn't even really face-to-face. So graduating on-site is a very, very big win for me and my batch. We have suffered through so much. We're the first batch of K to 12, and then we experienced the new curriculum for college because we were the pilot batch of K to 12, which basically meant that profs were experimenting with their lessons and stuff, and we didn't know if it was going to work or not. And then the pandemic hit, and then we suffered like 2 years of online classes. We didn't even get to have a college experience. And I know that the batch after us also suffered a lot, but hear me out. They're experiencing senior year of college on site, well, at least for Ateneo, and I think that means we take the cake for suffering more. I'm joking. It doesn't matter. I'm just happy that one, I graduated on site, and second, I finally graduated college, which means that I'm done with school. This is very exciting for me because I it felt like the world opened up after school because for the longest time I felt like school was my life. I'm a nerd. If you couldn't tell, I'm an academic girly growing up, so it was really exciting to not have that part of my life. And yeah, I can admit it. I cried when I finished school, not just because I was relieved, but also because a huge part of me it felt like losing a huge part of me. But it was good. I'm proud of having graduated. I'm living my best, maybe not my best life, but I'm living a good life right now, I'd like to say. Sixth celebration is my love for sushi. I think I think it was this year that I really discovered my love for sushi. I did not grow up eating sushi because one, sushi is expensive, hello. And second, the few rolls that I tried when I was younger weren't very good, and that's probably why I did not love sushi. So I'm happy I got to discover my love for sushi. For the longest time, my favorite food is really pizza. I like aside from ice cream, my favorite is pizza, but now I think sushi is um, on top of pizza. Seventh is getting into the Virgin Lab Fest Writing Fellowship program. For this, I got in to VLF. Yeah, sure, not like the main thing, but I still got to be there. I watched all of the Virgin Lab Fest plays this year. No, not this year, last year. And I had a stage reading of a 7-page script that I wrote during the fellowship. And it's in CCP. Isn't that crazy? So, yeah, that was a really big celebration as well. It's also because as a quote unquote playwright, there is a pressure um to join the VLF fellowship. So I'm glad I got that out of the way, even though I know I shouldn't. Um, I shouldn't let myself feel. I shouldn't be pressured just because there's like a certain path for playwrights or whatever. It was really good. I'm proud of it, and I'm proud of my script. It was pretty good. Not gonna lie. I hope I can expand that this year also. Eighth celebration is I got my first job ever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like talking about my job that much. Not because I hate it, but it's just I am a research assistant. What more can I say? We do research on climate change. And climate justice, of course. Uh, so yeah, it's been pretty cool. I flew to Bohol and Davao last year for work, which is more times that I've flown in probably like a decade. And that's just like 4 planes in total. I will probably keep my job for a while, at least this year. Um, I also love our office. Our office is inside Ateneo, and that's why I enjoy it. Um, Ninth is I celebrated. Not I. Lucas and I celebrated our first anniversary. If you don't know who Lucas is, Lucas is my partner, and for me, it's my first relationship anniversary ever because they're my first boyfriend. So, that was really cool. I'm really proud of that. 10th is I hit 20K on TikTok, which is not big, honestly. On TikTok, people can easily do that in a year. But I did not imagine myself having 20K TikTok followers. And I've been interacting with some of my followers through the comment section, and it's been a pleasure interacting with everyone and just knowing that I bring comfort to some of them, or they're even if they're just entertained by my videos. I love I love being able to resonate with them. One of them even contacted me because they want to feature me in a documentary, which we did last December. We did the interview. So that was really cool. I'm at 24K right now, but 20K was like where the celebration was at. I was like, no way. Anyway. 11th celebration was going back to Baguio. I went with Lucas's family to Baguio in March last year, and it was really fun. I haven't been in Baguio in years, so it was nice. I went to Mount Cloud, which is a local bookshop that supports local writers. So that was really cool. Pretty cool. 12th is I recovered from COVID not once, but twice. I I got COVID during the beginning of the year last year after New Year's, and then July last year I also got COVID, so I recovered from it twice. It was not pleasant both times because one, well, you're sick. But the first time it was really not good for me because I had plans and then they were canceled because I had COVID. So that was really sad. But other than that, it was also the mental battle of it all. I was really terrified the first time I had COVID. And I think I developed like panic attacks. Or like, I don't know what the difference is between panic attacks or anxiety attacks, but I couldn't breathe for some of it. And not because I had COVID. No, well, that was also a thing, but I knew that I was having like panic attacks because I was breathing really shallow, and I needed to watch a YouTube video, like a breathing exercise to calm myself down. So yeah, that wasn't cool, but I'm glad I recovered twice. 13th achievement or celebration is I started Big Girl Brunch, which is this podcast. Thank you to Ate May for sponsoring my mic for this podcast. I couldn't have done it without her, literally. I am happy that some people are listening to this. It's not a very big audience, but I love having a podcast because I love talking to myself because I am a Gemini. But also, it's just really fun to. It's a really fun project, and I want to document my thoughts and my feelings and my reflections as I am in my 20s. So, what is it like transitioning into a big girl after finishing college? 14th is simply spending time with my family. This year we've been able to get together more for birthdays and just hanging out, having dinner. We used to have family dinners a lot, and then it stopped during the pandemic. So I'm glad we had that back last year. We also spent Christmas together. We weren't with our Lola, but most of us were here. We were almost complete. It was a good Christmas with family. I finally got to see my two youngest cousins again. And it's so fun to hang out with them. I love them so much. They're so smart and funny and creative. And it's been good to be able to talk to them again. On another note, I also got to see my nephew this year and my sister from my father's side. I haven't seen them in a long time. I think the last time I saw them, I wasn't in college yet. So it's been pretty long. It was good to reconnect with them. 15th celebration is meals with friends. What do you mean meals with friends? I just went out a lot this year to eat with friends. That was a thing that I usually did before the pandemic. And then again, it kind of stopped when COVID hit. But this year, I think I tried my best to make an effort to eat with some of my friends, and it didn't have to be fancy, but it's been good meals anyway. For one of my friends, we always eat at their roof deck in their condo, and one of my best friends, Isaac, I finally saw him after years of not seeing him because he's in Spain and he went to my grad dinner. Ian did as well, so that was really good. I haven't seen them in years. And then others I went to with Binondo. Others we went to Rockwell to visit one of our law student friends. Sid, one of my closest friends in college, I also visited in her condo. And then we drank and ate sushi. 16th is new gadgets. I know, that sounds really boring, but I got quite a few cool gadgets this year. One is my mini tripod. You can't see it. It's for my camera. You can't see it because I'm using it now. That's why I can film here. So thank you to my kuya for that. Well, second, my mic, which is from Ate May. Thank you to Ate May for this mic I am holding right now. And then third, I have my iPad. That's from my sister. So thank you to Ate April for that. Sponsored by my family. All these gadgets. And I got two controllers. One is wired, which is from my tita. Thank you to Ate Ai for that. And then another controller, which is wireless and pink. Here you can see it. It's from Lucas. So thank you for that Christmas gift. I love it so much. I love both of my controls. I don't think I can play video games if I don't have a controller. So thank you for changing my life. Also, I got this pair of wired earphones. As you can see, they're 200 plus pesos, but it genuinely changed my life. Life is so much easier with earphones. My headphones that I used to use, they're very good, and the mic is very good, and it's like just a nice set, but it's falling apart, and it's hard to use now. So I'm glad I got this. I know it's 200 pesos, but it's fine. I don't care. That's only 200 pesos. 17th, I finally got to go to Comic Con again. I only went once before the pandemic. I think I was in first year college. And then this year, I got to go to Comiket twice. Comiket is basically an art convention in the Philippines. And it's a bunch of stickers and a bunch of other crafts, a bunch of zines and posters and postcards. So it's fun. There are also caps and tote bags. It's a fun experience. I spent too much on both Comicats, but it's okay. I love supporting local artists and I love meeting them in real life. So it was worth it. It was very, very worth it. Number 18 is office days or going out days. Again, as I've said, I love my office inside Ateneo. It's a communal one and it's really nice. It's really clean and I love going to the office because it's very, very chill, and I think that office days or simply going out really improves my mental health, and I should do that more this year. So that's one of my celebrations, finally going to the office and being able to go out, just simply that. 19th is pretty big. It's modeling for Vice Cosmetics. For this one, it's my hard work, right? Because I auditioned for it and stuff, but it was really nice to finally get to do something that I've wanted to do for like a year or two. And I know that it I didn't do a bad job, but I also didn't do a good job. For my audition, it was pretty good. It went viral, kind of viral. So that was amazing. But other than that, it was fun meeting new people and making new friends through the campaign that I was in. And because of modeling for Vice Cosmetics, I also got to attend my first quote unquote influencer event. It was the launch of the product, which was a set, but the main thing was the foundation from the launch. And I got to go to that event as a model, which is quite insane, if you ask me. I wasn't the best model of the bunch. I also wasn't the prettiest, but it doesn't matter. I was there. And that was cool. 20th is I got the wolf cut. The wolf cut I got this year was life changing. I forgot that I had wavy hair and that layers looked good on me. So having layers again through the wolf cut opened my eyes. I'm excited to get more haircuts this year. Hopefully this January. But that was really cool. I love my wolf cut so much. I swear. People always ask me what my haircut is, and it is just a wolf cut with bangs. That is it. I love it so much. 21st is my Fleabag scriptures. I don't know if you know this, but I love Fleabag. I love it so much. I cried probably multiple times watching it. I think Phoebe Waller-Bridge is amazing as an actress and as a writer. I can't even tell you how good the script to this show is. And I am a writer of scripts. So to me, this was amazing. And this was life changing, honestly. It's one of the shows that you watch, and after you tell yourself, I want to make something like that. It was that good. And I bought the scriptures, which is basically the script of the show, and it's on my shelf. I'm so proud of that buy. I will forever cherish it. And yeah, I'm glad I have it. It's really one of the things I celebrated last year. And lastly, for the 22nd, as I already mentioned before, I got to travel for work. Traveling at all is a luxury for me and my family. We don't do it a lot, even land travel, because traveling is very expensive. It's not just the gas, it's not just the transportation, it's also the food and the accommodation and the things that you want to buy when you travel. It's a very expensive thing, and I don't experience that a lot. So, traveling for work was amazing for me. I haven't ridden a plane in years. So, and not just because of a pandemic, but because we genuinely cannot afford to fly. So it was really cool to be able to travel for work. Being able to fly at all is crazy to me. I even rode a plane by myself for the first time this year. I had to ride a plane by myself because I had to go earlier from the event because I was about to graduate and I needed to get back to the city. I just remembered that there's one other thing that should be in this list. So I don't care if this is the 23rd. We will talk about this last achievement or celebration. And it is being published on Rappler. I've been co-writing with my boss for work the past few months, and my name is on Rappler. I know for some people that's not a big deal, especially if you're good and like you submit stuff, you're gonna be published on Rappler. But I don't work towards being published. But I still love being published. So writing something and that thing being on Rappler is pretty big for me. Also because of my imposter syndrome and everything. But we're not gonna talk about that today. When I think of 2022, I sometimes think nothing happened and that I didn't get anything done and I didn't achieve anything and there's nothing to celebrate. But looking back, really, really reflecting, will show you that a lot happens in an entire year. That's why it's a year. I think that everyone should take time to reflect on the past year. One, so that we can become better people, but also two, to remind us why we're living. Before ending the first podcast episode of the year, I just wanted to thank everyone who actually takes the time to listen to my podcast. I know that it's not a big podcast. I know that probably for some people it's not a big deal. I know that maybe I'll stop doing this in a few years. Maybe this isn't for me, but for now I am really, really grateful for those who support me and for those who listen and for those who share this with their friends. I am beyond grateful for all of you. I All of you meaning the two who watch and listen to my podcast episodes. I'm joking. It's been nice talking to you, and it's been nice to feel that I am being heard. Feel free to message me honestly because I would also love to make you feel seen and heard because that's how you make me feel. It's been pretty cool and I would love to keep doing this. So, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope that you have a good year and I hope that I have a good year. I hope we all have a good year. And if it's not a good year, I hope we can still make a list by the end of the year of the things we celebrated, no matter how small they are, like Wang's lemon chicken. Although I wouldn't say Wang's lemon chicken is very small because it was a pretty big win for me. So, yeah, that wraps up today's episode. Thank you for stopping by for a chat at Big Girl Brunch with Bern. If you'd like, you can follow or subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening to be notified when a new episode comes out. You can also follow the podcast on Instagram at Big Girl Brunch for more podcast updates. If you have any topic suggestions or requests for the podcast, please message me on Instagram, again at Big Girl Brunch with Bern, or at Jalbadoodle if you want to message my personal account. Thank you, and I'll catch up with you at the next Big Girl Brunch. Happy New Year! Nice.